Hello everybody, I am using my ring light for the first time in the dark at night, so I just wanted to play with my makeup a little bit. I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I have the LORAC Pro 2 palette, and I've never even used it, so I wanted to go ahead and do that in the video. It is actually brand new, and it's like the LORAC 2 palette was all the LORAC Pro palette is actually a very warm palette. You can see it's very warm, neutrals with a little bit of color, not much but some, and then these are actually all cool tones versus all warm tones. So a lot of people were having trouble with the Pro palette because they were saying that it was too warm for their skin tone. So LORAC answered their prayers and made a cool palette. This will be my first time to ever even touch any of the eyeshadows, so I'm really excited. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start by doing my face makeup, and then I will go on to the eyes. Okay, so I can't find the brush that I'm looking for. I'm just going to do it with my fingers. So, start by pulling my hair out of my face. And I'm using the Lumin CC cream. Don't even know if you can see that. Anyway, I like the little nozzle because it applies straight to your face. See how I've got that on there? And then just take my warm fingers and rub the product in. And yes, I have a ton of brushes, but a lot of times when I'm putting on like a BB cream or CC cream or even foundation, I'll just take it, apply it with my fingers, because sometimes that is your best blending tool. Of course, don't underestimate the power of a brush, because brushes are fantastic for certain things. And this CC cream does a really good job at covering up my redness. That's why I went ahead and put it all around my eyes. If you have sensitive eyes, I would maybe refrain from that. But I don't, so. Okay. Because I hate dirty fingers, I'm going to go ahead and use a wet wipe. Now I'm going to take the IT Cosmetics Celebration Foundation. This is the color Light Medium, and I'm using their flat top brush. And I'm just using a little bit around the T-zone. Everywhere that I get oily and I see the makeup fading throughout the day, that's where I would put it. People ask me all the time to show them my foundation routine, and I swear to you it changes day by day. So I don't have a current specific foundation routine. I just play every day. And my skin is starting to get a little tanner. So I'm about to have to start switching up the colors that I use on a daily basis. Okay, now that that is on, I'm going to take they had a today's special value from IT Cosmetics on QVC the other day, and this is the CC Radiance palette. And it was in the It's All About You, it's her day special value. and it's gorgeous. It's got a bronzer, a matte bronzer, a matte blush, and then a balancing, or like a CC powder or something like that. I'm going to first take that powder, the lighter one, and I'm going to go ahead and dust it onto my cheekbones, anywhere that I want to bring out my features. That's when I'm going to put it like that. And then I'm going to take a contour brush right here and dip it into the bronzer and start right where the cheekbone is, and just sort of chisel it out from the hairline down. I have a really round face, so this is really helpful for me to actually look like I have some sort of a shape. You don't need a lot. Now it looks like I have a cheekbone. And if you want to, you can do a little trick where it looks like a little check mark. So you can sort of chisel out like an apple of your cheek if you don't really have one. Okay. So now I'm going to move on to the actual cheeks. And I know that a lot of people do their cheeks last, but I just like to have my face look alive before I do any eyeshadow or anything to my eyes. So I'm just going to dust that same blush, or the blush from the same palette, onto my cheeks. And it's like a pretty peachy coral color. Okay, and then I like to blend it all back out a little bit, kind of merge those three things together, sort of like Neapolitan ice cream. And that's that. So now I want to move on to the brows, and I'm going to readjust the camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm using the Pixie Natural Brow Duo. I love a bunch of different brow pencils, but I get that question a lot, you know, what is my favorite brow product? And this would have to be it by far. And I use the shade Soft Black. And people ask me all the time to do a video specifically on my brows, and I do them in like every video, so I don't really know why I'm getting that question so much. I mean, I'll go through it step by step here. I just sort of lay out the base of my brow. See that? Oh, I hope I was in. Anyway, I lay out the base and then I sort of go to the top, sort of like I'm outlining it. Let me get a. And then I sort of go from outlining it straight into filling them in. And I don't really have a lot of issues with the ends, like the tail of my brow needing to be filled in. Look at the difference, you can really see it. But it's the front, so I think like technically you're supposed to have the tails be darker, but because I'm so sparse up front, I tend to concentrate on the front. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other brow and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, I'm going to, they're not completely done, I'm going to put gel in them, and that's the other side. It's not a very sticky gel, which I prefer. It just sort of lays them down without getting stiff. And that's what I want. Okay, so my brows are done. Complete difference, right? And I'm going to take the little primer that's in the little palette and go ahead and prime my eyes. I've used this primer several times and I know I like it. I just take a little bit and then go straight onto the eye. And it's like a nice moisturizing primer. It's not one of those that dry your eyelids out. And if you know, I'm not going to call any other primer out, but if you've had that issue in the past, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So let me get my brushes that I want to use. Oh goodness, a lot of brushes in here with me. I'm in my office. I don't really have anywhere to film as of right now. Still getting all that worked out. Thinking about going into the guest bedroom and taking that over as, you know, my filming space, because there's really not a lot of people coming to visit and staying very long. So I think I'm just gonna, you know, take that over. I can take these little silly things out of my face now. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I think I'll go straight into that rosé shade. Rose, it's probably rose. No, it has a little dash rosé. I'm gonna go into this shade just because that's truly what I would probably pick if I was getting ready on a day-to-day basis. Go right into that. Okay. I'm just going to pat that onto the lid. I always like to put a shimmery lid color on. It's just the way I like to do it. I think mostly because my lids stay hidden. So whenever you can get a peep of some shimmer, you know, that's like the most tame place to put it. Okay. And now I'm going to go into this light brown shade to do, to contour out my socket area, which isn't very existing. And it'll help blend whatever else I put there. A shade that's just like a couple of shades darker than your skin tone that's in a matte range is what I tend to put in to my socket area. It helps everything blend so much easier, and looks really natural. It won't be overly dramatic if you have a nice gradient coming off of whatever color you put into that area. Okay, and now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. I know I just saw one. There it is. A fluffy brush, and blend the edges. Okay. I have no idea what to do. I know I'm going to put something matte since I'm doing shimmer on the lid. Maybe I'll do navy. Navy and gold's a pretty combination. And I know I had someone comment on my picture that I put on Instagram the other day that, ooh, that navy shade. So that is exactly. I'm going to take a Real Techniques brush and just dip it right into that navy shade. Tap off the excess because I have no idea how powerful this is going to be, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty powerful. I'm going to lightly start making like a wedge shape. So where I'm going off, almost like I would be doing a wing, but not going, extending it out, just starting it to go wedge out. That's always how I start my outer V. Then I sort of do stamping and blending and swiping. I'm not going to take that blue all the way in. I want to sort of stop it. Okay, I guess I really can't get any closer. Sorry. It's really awkward. Let's see. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I'm getting this worked out. Okay. Now I'm going to take a clean blending brush and sort of hit that edge up. And do the other side. I think because I'm putting the navy shade on top of a gold color, it's not really coming off as navy at all, so maybe I should have done that first. You know, also every so often stop and check to see that you are on, you know, the right path on making that even. It's really easy to get off track sometimes, and then the adjustment is where your problems start. You know, you're going to start adjusting this eye and adjusting that eye, and then all of a sudden your whole eye is dark. So definitely just check, you know, every so often. Okay, and I'm going to take a little smudger brush to go in and highlight the inner corner. I'm going to use the shade called Snow. And then I'm going to wipe that off on the little thing and then go back into that rosé shade. Hit up the lower lash line on the inside. And always start with your lighter colors first whenever you're using the same brush. There's nothing worse than accidentally getting a blue shade where you don't want it. Because I like to keep it brighter on the inside of my eye. And then make it darker as I go out. Okay, so now that I've gotten that part done, I'm just going to dip that right into the blue a little bit, tap it off, And then go down onto the lower lash line with it. Just to tie it all together. God, I still feel like the top looks a little off. There we go. I'm going to do a little bit on the other side too. Sometimes I get so worked up on camera. I don't know, because my nerves get a little shot every time I do this. That I sort of overthink things. So one day I'll be a natural, I swear. I'm going to go back in because I sort of, you know, did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do, and took over the blue a little bit too much in the eye. So I'm going to dab that right back into the center and sort of push that blue back where it goes. But I feel like whenever you're wanting like a really in-depth, you know, pretty, you know, detailed eye look, layering is the key to that. If you want it to be nice and blended and pretty, don't be afraid to mess up a little bit, because sometimes your mistakes end up being the best part. Okay, so done with the eyeshadow portion. I never really do a brow bone highlight of any kind, not even matte, because I feel like I've already done matte makeup there. It's not shiny there at all. So I don't really bother with putting anything additionally in that area. Just blend a little bit more. And then now I'm going to take this Essence, it's called the eyeliner pen, extra long lasting. Line my eyes. There's lots of different methods that people use. Sometimes people do the outside first, and I don't really have anything specific, except for when I'm trying to keep the inside lighter and thinner. I tend to do it first because I want to go ahead and make it thin there so I don't get carried away. And that's what I just did. Okay, so I've got it almost to the edge, and now I want to just draw my flick. So I pretend like I'm going down from my brow, and I just draw it right in. And then I go from the tip and connect it over. And then I extend it a little bit. Bada boom. Let me see if I can get you a better look. Okay, so I don't know if you're really getting a good angle on that. But that is that. I'm going to try to do the other one the same. They never come out the same, but I'm going to try. And this eye is always harder because I'm using the opposite hand. So, see if I can just stand up for this part so I can get a better angle into the camera. Actually, and because I think that, you know, it's the opposite hand, I work better from the other side first. I'm just gonna stamp that down and then connect it. I need to actually get this thing where it's got some more liner in it. Hopefully that did it. Okay, liner's done. Kind of like that. Now I'm gonna take mascara, and I'm gonna use the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal. It's brand new. I haven't even used it yet. I just bought it the other day because I saw it for the first time. Never had seen it before. Okay. I like the brush. I don't know about you guys, but I always have to get like a mirror and get really close up with my mascara. Wow, that actually is really good. I'm gonna get close up so you can see the difference between one and the other. I know all the dark makeup sort of makes it hard, but there really is some good definition there. Wow. Okay, and now I'm gonna just turn the camera off and do the other side. Okay, so I have a message. Okay, so now I'm just going to put on my High Tea lipstick from MAC. It's my favorite, and when I'm doing something sort of attracting to the eye, I go ahead and put on a nude lip, and that's what I'm doing. So, and this one's just so easy to wear. And I feel like it sort of matches the rosé shade that I put on my lids really well. So anyway, that is the final look. If you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments below, and go ahead and click subscribe. I would love to have you see all my videos. So go ahead and go through them in the playlist, or subscribe so you can get them in the future. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a great weekend.